Good evening and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. This evening I have a little dream, and there's a bit of confusion going on with this dream. So as I say, short dreams have a lot of information in them because dreams have a tendency to compress a lot of information into a short space. So let's see what's going on with this dream. The dreamer reports that the dreamer was out at night, possibly to visit a client in crisis or possibly to go on a rave somewhere. He wasn't sure which it was. Now, the dreamer reports that he had two cars, a work car, which was a red Ford Fiesta, and his personal vehicle, which was also a red Fiesta. Upon returning home from this outing, whatever it was, the dreamer realized that he didn't know where his personal car was or even the keys for the car, and thought it may have been stolen, and the dream ends there. So what's going on here? There's really a lot of confusion going on in this dream. Is the dreamer going out to party or is he going to work? There's two totally different destinations that diametrically opposed, if you will. And it just makes me wonder if there's sneaking in once again matters with COVID, because we were on the brink of it opening things up, and then with these new variants around, they're thinking, well, maybe we won't do that. So two different destinations, one which would be a more pleasurable one where you can go out and do things, and the other where you just trudge to work. um, Now, my question here for the dreamer is the this client in crisis as important as the dreamer going to a rave? I mean, is there equivalency of some kind between the two? There's a real ambiguity of purpose here. And my question here would be, is there some kind of confusion or ambiguity in the dreamer's waking life where there's a bit of confusion about things, and or lack of clarity? Now, moving on to these cars, both cars are red, the work car and the personal car, and they're the same make and model. So we are faced with this ambiguity. What is this about? My question here, though, would be, what does red in particular mean for the dreamer? And again, there may be a play of words going on here, the unconscious playing with the dreamer, because a Ford Fiesta, or the name of the car is a Fiesta. Fiestas is a party, a festival. So even if he wasn't going raving, he was in a party atmosphere, so to speak. Anyway, in his little Fiesta, his little party. Again, more ambiguity about the or duality, perhaps, of the what's going on with the dreamer. There's just something about twos or things in pairs here. Now, the dreamer at this point returns home, presumably in the work vehicle, when he realizes that he can't find his personal vehicle or his keys. Now, there's something interesting with vehicles in our dreams. I have found in my own and clients' dreams that vehicles usually represent our journey through life. Sometimes we're on a bus, sometimes we're on a plane, sometimes we're on foot, we're taking a taxi, but the vehicles represents our journeying through life. And even the fact of whether we're driving the car, whether it's parked, whether somebody else is driving, can be significant. The dreamer it here seems to be exercising agency in that he was driving a vehicle, his work vehicle, but seems to have lost track of his personal vehicle, his personal sense of agency. And I would ask the dreamer here at this point, in terms of work, there seems to be, things pretty fairly straightforward, though a bit of confusion. But on the personal side, is there a lack of agency, a lack of being able to determine one's own journey, in essence? And perhaps there's something there for the dreamer to actually look at. Um, the other question here was, well, if the dreamer was in the work vehicle, why wouldn't it be logical to assume that the private vehicle was at home somewhere, maybe with another family member? Um, it just seems like if you were in one vehicle, you wouldn't necessarily have the keys to the other one. So there's again more confusion. But to look at the connections between these bits of the dream, there's as I said, there's this sense of duality, or um, things in pairs. You have two different objectives with regard to the destination of the dreamer. You have two vehicles, two states of mind, and the question, it begs the question for me, for whether there is some kind of split, as in the dreamer's way of thinking or doing things, or in some aspect of the dreamer's life. Is there a split, a kind of either or situation? And perhaps it would be useful for the dreamer to think about how to make that either or both and which can be tricky, no doubt about it, but it can be done. It just takes some creativity. So there you have it, a very short dream which had more information in it than you thought it would. But things in twos, and the question is, do I go raving or do I go working? Thanks for watching and listening. Have a great evening and rest of the week, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.